My dad gave me this idea to talk about how I graduated college in 2 years, and I just want to talk about it before I forget. I was supposed to do this 3 days ago, but I forgot. My wife wasn't working, but that's besides the point. Okay, so college does not have to be 4 years. College is 8 semesters, right? Which is spring, fall, 2 semesters a year for 4 years, right? And to be a full time student in most colleges, it's 12 hours, which means if you do 12 times 8, that's 96 hours. Most degrees require 120 to 130 hours to graduate out of college, right? So if you just take 12 hours per semester, it's gonna equal 96. So I know that most students average between, 12, 14, 15. Like if you do 15 times 18, if you do 15 for 4 semesters, for 8 semesters, then you graduate, right? So 15 times 4 will get you, 15 semesters, there are 15 credits every semester for the next 4 years will get you to what you're looking at. Boom. But you don't have to take that long, right? Depending on what path you're taking, right? Whether a general degree, bachelor's in arts, or bachelor's in science, even degree plans matter, right? Engineering versus non-engineering, the hardness of classes, the not hardness of classes, how you bundle those up together is how you succeed in graduating college earlier than you have to. I'm looking at my notes right here so I can keep going back. But yeah, for example, discipline versus motivation. I don't think motivation is real. You will be motivated and you will not be motivated. That is life. Life is this constant battle of, I don't want to do this. I do want to do this. Last night I stayed up on the phone talking to my friend till 4 a.m., 3 a.m. Then I stayed up just looking at memes. But that was not what I was meant to do. I was meant to be sleeping, but I didn't want to be sleeping, so I did that instead. So motivation is not going to take you far enough to where you want to go. It's just discipline. A lot of times, I have no choice. I genuinely have no choice. I think discipline is just a counterintuitive act of giving yourself no choice but to do something. If I don't do the task, I fail. If I don't do the task, the money we're paying is useless. It doesn't do anything, so I must do the task. So, yeah. I think for everybody, their freshman year of college, you're going to want to hang out with everybody. You're going to want to do everything you want to do. But as you go deeper into college, you're going to realize, okay, time management is real. I can't do all the things I want to do. I can't hang out with all these people when I want to do. Boom. I learned the hard way. When my friends are hanging out with me, or at least I think now, they've already done their assignments beforehand. So that's why they're able to hang out so late. I'll be hanging out trying to do some of the things I'm clashing. Doesn't work. Depending on your reality, no matter what reality you are, school is a full-time job. School is a place you learn. School is a place you figure it out. But even then, you have to treat it like, okay, when I'm on campus, I bust down nothing but school. When I'm away from campus, I do other things. In these classes, this is a terrible example because I used to watch anime in certain classes because they were boring. But when I'm in school, I do the work of that class. And that's what someone told me whenever I first went to UZD. Next thing I want to say is, I think burnout is real, but at the same time, it's you who creates less burnout or more burnout. I constantly hang out with my friends so I don't get crazy, right? My friends is something that keeps me from going insane. Eating food keeps me from going insane. Skateboarding, talking to strangers. Do constant things that help you feel sane. If you constantly just stay in school mode, you will hate yourself. And the honest truth is, but school mode is not a bad thing. You have to treat it as fun. If you're not having fun, it's not gonna be okay. That's why I really struggled in the science classes because they were terrible. They weren't fun. It just felt like I'm doing witchcraft. It was made up nonsense, mumbo jumbo. But it's okay. Make it fun in certain classes and meet the cool professors. Boom. All right. General education versus major requirements. In most colleges, I think all colleges, you have to take the general history, the general English, the general one science class, the general arts classes, right? Then you have electives, then you have major requirements. So my graduating college started before. My graduating college in 2 years started beforehand. In high school, in 8th grade, I heard about this program that allowed you to take college classes. So I took a test, I could take college classes. Boom, I was able to take college classes in high school. And I think every semester of high school I took every semester of high school I took 2 college classes, which I could have taken more. I think I took more, because in the end of it, I graduated with 66 hours. So just constantly redoing it. And eventually I graduated at 66 hours. If I was to go back, or if I was to have kids, I would have them take college classes all of high school. Take all of high school so they can be, using their brain and training their mind to prepare them for the future. So, and yeah, I think the best advice is just reverse engineering. If you want to know, okay, December, I want to graduate. How many hours do I have to take? I was a transfer student from UTD, so it means I had to take 45 credit hours to graduate from that university, right? I was currently taking X amount of hours in the fall. I was like, okay, I need to get 45 hours of certain classes. A certain percentage of my classes had to be upper level, and a certain percentage of my classes had to be lower level. So I made sure I stacked up the upper level classes, even though I don't want to take these dumb classes, so I can get it done. Community college is clutch. It is cheaper. One of the reasons why I graduated college earlier, it's not because I wanted to. It's because the money isn't there. So you have to be aware of your reality. Money isn't there, so I have to do everything in my power to finish by a certain time or not. I got an email from my school that because I had over 150 hours, I would be charged out-of-state tuition. I graduated college with 166 hours. So I was like, if I don't graduate this semester, first off, the money is not there in my home. So I literally have to graduate in a certain time, or the money's not going to be there to pay for it in the future. And the state is threatening me to, pay out-of-state tuition, which is insane. Then, looking at your transcript. When it comes to taking classes, advisors are useful, but you also have to plan it out beforehand yourself. Advisors are there to help you, but you must help yourself. Every time I was going to go, my advisors, I already planned what classes I was going to take beforehand. I rate my professors. I talked to people who've taken classes before me. Hey, what's the easiest professor? What's this? What's that? Because at the end of the day, the professor makes the class. It doesn't matter what class you're taking. It does, but it really matters to professors. I took College Physics 1 with this guy named Panero. He taught astrophysics in Harvard. Oh no, I didn't take Panero, I took Panev. My friends took a class with a guy named Panero. Panero's tests are 4 questions, multiple choice, use your resources. Everybody cheated, everybody got an A+. I got a C+ in Physics 1. I barely survived. Professors matter way more than the actual. You also have to know yourself and know your learning style. If you don't know yourself and learning style, like I learned through conversations. I learned through reading and studying, but I don't really learn through professors like labbing about nonsense. It just doesn't make sense, and I'm not interested in it in the first place, so it makes it a little bit harder. Okay. Yeah. I took a lot of classes per semester. Like this year, I graduated, I took 56 hours. So 21 in the fall, in the spring, 14 in the summer, 21 in the fall. Spring was the hardest because I've never done it before. Spring, I was taking OChem 2, Physics 1, labs, and other classes. My Tuesdays, I had 7 classes back to back to back. So I definitely do not recommend that. But I do think that you have to experience difficulty to a certain amount and overcome it. Spacing out your classes, figuring out what buffers. Okay, these science classes are 3 hours, 3 credit hours. What other 3 credit hour classes can I add to it so that I don't have if you get an F in a 3-hour class, bam, your GPA is fricked. GPA is screwed. Okay, how can if I don't do well in this class, these classes are going to balance it out. So I'm finding easy classes that are still the same weight so that I can just balance it. Balance is something you create on your own. When I first got into college, my friends were telling me, you got to find balance. And I thought balance is just something that's understood by all. Balance is truly something that's created. Another thing I'm just gonna say is like use the whole year. If I took winter classes, it would probably made my life a little bit easier, but I wasn't able to. I didn't know how to. But yeah, one of my friends, he does a really good job at this. In the summer, OU offers oh, this is literally an OU shirt. OU offers study abroad programs cheaper. These OU study abroad programs are cheap. I think it's actually cheaper as an out-of-state student to study abroad than to study actually at OU. So Melo didn't do this, but there's a thing called semester at sea. There's a year abroad. It is cheaper to study abroad than it actually is to study on campus at OU for out-of-state students specifically. So Melo would take these classes in the summer, the easy classes, stack them up. The class that he has to take no matter what, and be in another country. Stacking it up, having fun at the same time. Boom. Even I did. My summers, I never took a break. I think, I don't know. I don't even know how to define something's healthy or not healthy. It just depends for the person. You're in school mode no matter what. Spring, you're in school. You got like a 2-week break before classes start in the summer. Then you got to keep going. But my summer was hard because of emotional stuff, not necessarily school stuff. To me, school is not that hard. School is just pretty boring. That's the only part about it. Or maybe I'm taking boring classes. It may be a mix of both. Professors and boring classes do not help out whatsoever. Yeah, back to back. I'll plan my semesters ahead of time. I'll find out the easy classes. That's what I want to take this semester. That's what I want to take spring. That's what I want to take in the summer. Then just go after it whenever those time came, registered. I was also really lucky because I never got waitlisted for a class. I don't know if waitlisting is common for people, but I never got waitlisted. So that really, really helped. Yeah, this guy that I made is low-key annoying, but let's see. Paying less, finishing faster. In most colleges, at least in my school, after you take 15 hours, you're charged the same rate. So every semester I took 15 hours out the get-go. If I'm gonna be charged the same rate, I might as well take 15. Because like, if you take 12, you're not getting your money's worth, and they're gonna collect your money anyways. They'll collect your money and build whatever random building. They'll collect your money and give these professors bonuses. They'll collect your money and give other students tuition and not you and whatnot. So if they're gonna collect your money, you gotta figure out a way to use the system that you're in. Most schools have a credit cap of 21 hours and you have to get exemptions to take more than that. Advisors are useful, but they're also, have a good relationship with your advisor, because my advisor was able to email my dean to help me out with a certain situation whenever I didn't do well in the class required to graduate. So have a good relationship. But advisors can't plan your life for you. You're the person who has to literally plan your life. I don't know anything about employer tuition. I didn't get any scholarships or grants. UTD, I didn't get any scholarships to go to UTD. OU, I barely got any scholarships, so paid out of pocket. Lots of begging, lots of crying at the financial aid office. They didn't really offer much. I guess to get more money, I would say email the board of directors, email like the deans, email the top people. Don't go for low-hanging fruit. Go for a big hanging fruit, and you target their bosses, then you start targeting them. Continuous emailing, you'll probably get something. Productivity tools, like you've probably heard like the Pomodoro method or whatever. I don't really do any of that crap. I just I have to get the task done. In college, I didn't really do a good job in certain classes because I procrastinated, because I wasn't interested. But now going forward, if I have a task at hand, I focus completely at that task and nothing else, right? Your phone is a major distraction. Just turn it off. My phone's on, but I deleted all social media. Just turn it off. Throw it in the corner. You don't need it. You don't need it. Anything that distracts you, are able to remove, boom, get rid of it. Active recall, Anki, Fire. I've learned that studying is just repetition. And if you continue to, repeat it, you'll be good. What else? Oh, balancing work. I had a job during this last semester, but I only worked 2 days. I worked on the weekends, so it wasn't really that hard, and I did Uber deliveries at night. I hung out with my friends throughout the day sometimes, and sometimes I wouldn't. I don't know. I think balance is something you create. There's no advice that somebody's gonna give you about balance and it's gonna perfectly work for you. What works for them is not gonna work for you because you're your own person. Yeah. Don't take unnecessary like this. But at the same time, I don't think that's true. To graduate college, you need 120. I graduated with 166 hours. And I still did that in 2 years. But it only helped because I was taking. Yeah. I took 50 hours. 50 hours is 100. Then 66 from high school. So, yeah. I don't know. Take stuff you're interested in. College is about self-discovery, so as long as you discover about yourself, it'll work out. Yeah. I kind of wish going into college I joined RLTC just so I can get the in-state tuition at OU, but I think everything's meant to be is gonna be. But RLTC, at least the Air Force one, you don't even have to. You don't even have to serve. You can literally do it. Then whenever it's time to sign your contract, just don't sign your contract. Yeah, whenever it's time, whenever you're about to graduate or whatever, get your in-state tuition enough, just don't sign your contract. RA would have been clutch to get food and housing, but I wasn't able to get it. If I was able to get it, my tuition would have been cut low. The thing is, how can I work with what I have? A lot of people try to add on stuff, buy new stuff. Okay, I have this, I have that. What can I work with? And whatever systems are in place. And that's how you get stuff done. Oh my gosh, this is long. Okay. Oh, okay, I was a traditional student and I also transferred. To get the college experience, people talk about like partying, hooking up, drinking alcohol. I think that's literally a waste of your time. It's terrible for your brain. You can hang out. You should hang out with people. You should, learn about yourself. But alcohol drinking is not worth it. Chasing women, trying to chase sex. Personally, I don't think that's worth it in the lifestyle I want to live. So, I also don't know if graduating college is it's like a good deed, it's a good deed. It's a rare thing, You only live once, so it's rare, amazing, all these things. But the value of a college degree does not feel as important as it used to be, especially whenever the job market's so screwed. Like, I'm about to bust down all these job applications in a little bit, and I don't know. Give an example. Most of these jobs coming out of college, it says 22 an hour, 22 to 28 an hour, 60 to 70K a year, which is probably good, right? It's 55 to 70K a year. Yeah. All of these jobs, a year. I guess, but 50 to 70K a year is good if you live by yourself. I'll say the 60 to 70K is probably a lot better if you live by yourself, you have no bills, super chilling. It's just figuring out how can I manage with my reality. Oh, that was long. I don't think I like these types of videos, but we'll see.